Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back and watching.
In the eternal night of the galaxy.
Bro, why are you talking like that?
Why am I talking like what?
I don't know, being dramatic.
You said it yourself. You're dramatic, so let me be dramatic.
Okay, fine, do your thing.
Can I continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the eternal night of the galaxy. Really?
Sorry, go ahead. Can you just hurry it along a little bit?
In the eternal night of the galaxy, where chittering horrors overflow like unpaid taxes, and democracy must be force-fed one explosion at a time, one Helldiver rises above the terrified masses. Not born, not trained, but forged. In orbital fire, friendly fire, and pure, uncut confidence. This is the absolute Chad, a frontline juggernaut who greets entire Terminid swarms the way normal people greet acquaintances, with explosive enthusiasm and a firm handshake made of shrapnel. Behold his blessed gear, the autocannon, a divine relic of overkill designed to convince Terminids that life is optional, turns warriors and hunters into airborne nutrient haste. Enough knockback to redecorate the ecosystem. The orbital Gatling barrage. Super Earth opens the sky and empties an entire belt-fed tantrum onto your coordinates, sweeping the massive waves like a celestial lawnmower, area denial so intense it violates physics. The Eagle 500-kilogram bomb, a single bomb with the tactical subtlety of a divine freestyle, deletes Titans, Chargers, and Impalers, not to mention your frame rate. If it lands, it ends. Next, we have the orbital napalm barrage, spreads burning liberty across the landscape like patriotic peanut butter. Against the Terminids, it is perfect for roasting entire hives and making crispy morale snacks. Keeps killing long after you forget to call it in. On our Helldiver, we have the Blitzer, perfect for telling bugs so close that their heart is stopped. Obliterates warriors, stuns anything that moves too proudly. Crowd control for panic moments. Thermite grenades, once thrown, nothing gets away clean. Melts heavy armor from the inside out. Chargers worst nightmare. Brutal, persistent damage. Ultimatum, the Pocket Titan Slayer, a sidearm that files formal complaints directly into a bug's soul. Instantly claps medium bugs, chunks large ones, huge burst damage. The armor for today is the Twig Snapper, made for divers who refuse to die on time. It lets you tank hits that would kill normal humans and most abnormal ones. Durable and aggressive. This build doesn't just fight Terminids, it hunts them, it bullies them, it walks into a hive and comes out with a story, a limp, and a crater where the hive used to be. This is the absolute Chad.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. Let's get right into it. So we dropped here right on extract, so we're going to get to work right away, calling some stuff in. We always try and get a resupply down as soon as we come down. Just good practice to get into so that everybody has ammo, stims, grenades, anti-tank weaponry, anything they need, because as you'll see, we'll need it right off the bat here. So we've got this first Spore Spewer taken down. Thank you, teammates, for highlighting that thing. Already a Bile Titan coming in. We turn around, we see another Spore Spewer. So we're putting this autocannon to work right away. Yeah, between the two rounds, the Affet and the flak rounds, the Affet worked really well against these those structures from a distance. So now we can all see much better what's coming our way. So we swap over to flak here for crowd control purposes, and we're just gonna get to work with this autocannon here. Yep. So about 3 or 4 shots for Alpha Commanders, 2 if you hit him in the head, 2 shots for the Spewers, the Bile Spewers. Yeah, we're just gonna... Because they're all coming towards us anyway, because we got their attention by destroying the Spore Spewer, so we're just gonna take them out. Blitzer's good for keeping our immediate space clear. We don't have to worry about reloading it. We don't have to worry about aiming it, at least not as much as other weapons. So it's really, really good for when we're not just roasting enemies from a distance with the autocannon like this. It really does a good job of keeping our personal space clear. Okay, so reloading the autocannon here, just taking out these stragglers that are coming in. Get some more Bile Spewers coming here. Yeah, see the Blitzer's just, it knocks them back. It does a ton of damage. Not a ton, probably not a ton of damage. It does enough damage to where it'll kill enemies, or right once you have enough distance, you can swap back to the autocannon. Hello, Bile Titan. Okay, so we're calling it 500 here. It should make decent work. This Bile Titan. Yeah. Got the rest of the stragglers here. Teammate shows up here. Pretty sure they're running the de-escalator. So So that's going to be super helpful throughout this round. You guys will notice it's a great synergy with the autocannon, because the de-escalator stops everything and kind of holds them still and stuns them while doing some damage, and then the autocannon can just sweep through and mop the rest up. So here we are, we're approaching this nest here. Yeah, we want to make sure we're topped off, reloaded, on the right settings. Let's see what we got available here. Teammate throws a 500 in, so we're going to toss in orbital Gatling barrage really close here because the teammate threw 500 further away. Okay, so we're double checking our autocannon there just to make sure we have it on the right settings to close some bug holes. Although I'm pretty sure both of them close bug holes. I just like to switch back to the AFET rounds because the flak rounds can explode on their way to the bug holes, and sometimes you can't get a shot off on a bug hole. So I like to switch back to those AFET rounds so I know that they'll consistently hit the bug holes. So teammate goes down, Spore Charger comes out, so we're gonna reinforce our teammate here, and then before they come down, fire off an ultimatum round to take out the Spore Charger and whatever enemies are kind of in that area, so our teammate can come down. Okay, so just close some bug holes here. Thank you, teammate. That should do it. We'll flip one more.
Outpost destroyed.
Yeah, okay. So heavy bug nest done here. Not too terrible. So we're just gonna help our teammates here. It can be tough to get out of these nests, so we're going to do what we can to help our teammates, and then we get jumped. All right, so yeah, Blitzer. As you can see here, it stops these Spore Spewers so that we can get some space, fire off an ultimatum, and take out the group. And look at that. Teammates are filtering out, so we can all reload, prep, and move on to the next objective. Okay. See another Spore Charger coming in here. Okay. Again, this is where ultimatum is super useful. So we'll fire off the ultimatum there. Should clear things up pretty quickly. Yeah. Yeah. And then the Blitzer just takes everything out in the immediate vicinity while also stunning it and pushing it back. So, yeah, our personal space is really important to this build. So, because we want this auto, as you'll see here, the de-escalator auto cannon combo is a pretty decent synergy. Okay, so we're gonna call in this Gatling barrage. We give it a second for enemies to start spawning in, just so we can maximize the amount of damage we do. Apologies, teammates, with the Tesla tower. So we're just going to let the orbital do some work there while conserving our autocannon ammo. Yeah. 2 shots and they blow up. And then when the Spore Spewers blow up, they can also cause a chain reaction that causes other bugs around them to blow up. So it's helpful. Okay. Just managing the breach here. Okay. Okay, teammates reloading, so we're gonna slow our shots a little bit here. Okay. So then we can get off a reload. Toss a couple of thermites here onto. For some reason, we emote instead of stim. That's okay. Thermites and everything else should take them out, so there's no reason to use any more autocannon shots on that Bile Titan. Okay, there's an Impaler that just came in. We don't have an ultimatum round currently, but we do remember some supplies are back here. We're gonna go grab those real quick so we can reload our ultimatum just in case we need it. Let our teammates take down the Impaler. Okay. So now we can push into this generator objective here and get it done. As you all are well familiar by this point, we do enjoy making doors. So if you're also an autocannon user, remember you can make doors. Yeah, so we're gonna push in here to the generator and work on getting this done. Supply pack teammate helping us out. Hell yeah. Thank you, supply pack teammate. Okay. Yeah. Just want to be able to see what's coming here. Because with a weapon like autocannon, you want to be engaging the bugs that are coming towards you at as great a distance as possible. And so with those walls up, you almost exclusively have to use your blitzer. So, which cuts off one of our most powerful weapons, which we don't want to do. So that's why we create all those doors. Okay, so we see these enemies on the other side of the rocks here. However, this main objective of starting the fuel pumps is where we need to go. However, teammates decide we're going to take the fight, so let's take the fight. High ground with autocannon is also useful when dealing with alpha commanders who flee the scene and try not to be noticed. We take one out there, and then notice our teammates are kind of getting surrounded here. We're going to help them out here real quick. See a charger off in the distance. Then we remember this alpha commander that ran off. Hey. Yeah, as you see there, it just knocks the bugs back. Okay. So we're going to finish this alpha commander off. Spewer. And we're going to push toward the main objective here. Okay, got some hive guards. Should make pretty short work of them. Got another nest over there that teammate's working on. Yeah, as you see there. The blitzer just stops them in the middle of the spew, or just prevents it altogether. Okay, we look off in the distance there. His teammates by themselves, so if we can fire off a couple of shots and help support them from here, we will. See that patrol coming in there. So we call it in a Gatling barrage. Should soften up the entire patrol and take out a lot of it. And then, if need be, ultimatum, autocannon, any number of our tools can finish the rest of it off. Okay, so we've pushed in here and we're taking out the enemies that are in the peripherals of the objective here. I'm gonna take this Spore Spewer out, remove this explosive barrel, because big booms while we're standing underneath them mean we die. So we want to eliminate those things. Okay. Let's get this terminal going. Get to see me fumble around here. How do you guys tend to do these? I'll have to share with you how I do them. Let's see if anyone in the comments does it the same way I do.
Request approved. Okay. Deploying reinforcements.
So we're just fumbling around here. I think something was going on in the background and I was distracted by it. But we'll lock in here in just a sec. Just need destroyed one. There we go. Alright. Okay, so that's up and running. Teammates here on the objective. So we're going to have some help turning these levers. Got a storm coming in. It was cool to kind of look up into the sky and see all those coming towards you. Which is actually kind of helpful because you can see where they're going to land. But we tend to not pay a ton of attention, just avoid the light. And it shouldn't really do a ton of damage to you overall. Not like storms of past, where they were practically a boss that you couldn't shoot at. They'd chase you down, it felt like. Okay, so we finished starting the oil pumps. So we're going to start consolidating and moving together to finish launching the ICBM. So we throw an orbital Gatling barrage here on this patrol because it has a charger in it from the looks of it, several alpha commanders. Let's get a look here. Yeah. Maybe not a charger. So we want to soften them up, use the autocannon to take out the rest. Makes pretty short work. Just pick off a couple. Yeah, see the Alpha Commander trying to run away. So pick off the stragglers or the Alpha Commanders running away. And okay, some more Bile Spewers trying to come up behind us. Autocannon from a distance and all this flat ground should make pretty short work of the spewers. So, okay, so we've got this research facility here, and we don't realize, and we're like, okay, well, there's a death, and then we realize somehow we survived that. Okay. Yeah, all systems. Okay, yeah, just check. Okay. We're alive somehow. And moving on. So there's a Bile Titan there. Gets headed off at... Oh, hello there. An Impaler tries to get spicy with us here. They don't know how many FromSoft games we've played. So dodging your tentacles is not difficult. I'll keep going? Or... So anyway, yeah, so that Bile Titan was taken off. We don't need to start a fight with it, because it was heading towards our teammates. And we still have this objective to get done. So we're going to move towards that and prioritize getting that done. Because it's really easy to get caught in these loops of bug breaches. As you see, one's coming above there already. So while they're dealing with that, we can actually progress the mission, because bug breaches in 2 different locations aren't a thing. So while they're engaging in that big fight, I can go get the launch codes and then finish launching the ICBM. Teammates will be able to meet us, actually. We can go get the launch codes, and then we'll all kind of meet up at the ICBM. A few of us will. So, yeah. So that's the idea here. We're going to end up coming back here to this launch pad, so we're going to throw in a barrage and a 500 just to thin the herd out here, because we're going to have to come back through either way. Okay. So take a few out here. Okay. Yeah, so we're just going to pop these guys here. Because like I said, we're going to have to deal with them when we come back with the launch codes. Okay, teammates just finished with the mega nests. Thank you, teammates. Yeah, so we're going to pop over here to grab the launch codes. There is a nest between us and the launch codes. So we're actually just going to toss in a napalm barrage here to soften the enemies out, to deal with as many bug holes as possible, and then we are going to fire off an ultimatum to deal with the Bile Titan hole and move on pretty quickly. Just to let the napalm barrage do some work while we go grab these codes. Okay, so we're headed down towards the codes here. Some of these enemies are going to filter down. Okay. So Blitzer there, whoop, protecting our space, and then we tumble backwards down into the launch code pit. So we grab those up real quick. I'm going to fire off an ultimatum shot here. Bile Titan. It takes it like a champ. So I'm going to call in another Gatling barrage here. It'll meet the Bile Titan to continue to soften it up, and we will, or hopefully, kill it. And then we're going to deal with the rest of these little stragglers here. Okay, so we check, make sure we're on the right setting here. So we're going to use this choke point here, which I remember thinking to myself that I was glad that a bug breach was called in here, because the objective we're pushing towards is behind us in the bug breach. We can put ourselves in between the bug breach and this objective. So it worked out really well that the bug breach came at this point. So we're going to call in a couple of 500s. We're going to bounce this one off of the Terminid's head, and we're thinking, yeah, we're dead. We're alive. I'm alive. I'm dead. Okay. So 500 mops all those enemies up,
Objective complete.
which gives us all the space we need, which we immediately give back to them by closing it. That's okay, because we need the supplies. I remember thinking to myself, I've got to push for these supplies, because otherwise this wave that's still coming in, I'm not going to be able to deal with it. So that's why we closed that distance again there. Okay, so we fire off another ultimatum round to take care of that big group, just because at this point we're the only one here. Teammate just arrived, C4 did. We were the only one there, so we needed to thin that herd out to get that space back so we could re-engage them with the auto cannon. However, our teammates have arrived, so we can not relax yet. However, we do have some help in this fight. So we're trying to get this reload off here. Panicking a little bit, then we remember we have the blitzer. So blitzer's real good at halting the enemies, stunning them, pushing them back. So we're gonna settle back into create space. Switch to auto cannon. We're out of stims. Wouldn't you know it? There's a box of stims here. So awesome. Enter the launch codes here. Just in time. We heard the Hive Guard coming up behind us. So we entered the codes just in time. Kicked the Hive Guard out. A couple of additional bugs. Some more Spewers coming in here, so we're going to help B1. Just stay safe here. Maybe get off a couple of reloads they might need. Yeah, so we're just going to support them. Okay, so check the terminal here. Grab up some ammo. Just to keep the auto cannon firing. Yeah, being disciplined with your auto cannon rounds, unlike me several times already. Being disciplined with your auto cannon rounds is a big difference maker between your team being successful or being overrun sometimes. So, yeah. Okay, so we grab some more supplies here to top everything off. Still more stims there if need be. So, yeah, so we've got plenty of supplies out. We've got another one coming off of cooldown, so everybody should be okay here. It looks like we've also got 2 supply pack teammates, so we are all good on supplies at this point. So that feels good. Okay, so the ICBM is raising into launch position here. Getting ready for us to fire it off. Okay, so we see some more Alpha Commanders come in here, so we're going to engage them immediately. Teammate goes down. Okay. So some more patrols coming in here, looks like some Vile Spewers. So the flak rounds, we'll just keep firing off flak rounds. Get this terminal done here to lock the coordinates. E5, alright. Not seeing a ton of movement. Okay, so we see more hunters and pouncers and other little bugs coming in. So we are going to engage them with the flak rounds here and between myself and my other teammates. Yeah, it's just they don't stand a chance at this point. So, okay. Launching the ICBM. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Mission complete. Counted all the objectives up. Looks like we got everything done, so we're gonna head towards extract. Okay. Got that big armor on. Gotta manage that stamina. Okay. Yeah, so we're all just headed towards extract here. See some other fellow Helldivers off in space out there. I've often thought that's cool. That was a cool touch in the game, where you could see other super destroyers fighting off in the distance. Okay. Oh, who knew that our worst enemy would be hills in this run? Okay. So we see some more enemies coming in. We also see more walls here for some reason all around. Yeah. As I said before, it just really helps out the autocannon user. The further distance we can engage these enemies from, the better it is. So make doors, take out walls. Because then you get to do this. Okay, so we're keeping an eye on our back here. Calling in another autocannon, simply because there's another bug breach coming in and we're on extract. Teammate calls a Tesla tower down, then takes it out. Seems like it was a little too close there. They probably didn't intentionally call it that close. So, thanks for taking that out, teammate. That definitely would have done some harm to us. We called in a napalm barrage over the top of the breach, as you saw there, because you can aim these barrages. You figure it out after a while. You can aim them to where the barrage doesn't hit your team, as you see here, because our entire launch pad is safe. However, it comes down fully on the bug breach. So don't just aim your stratagem right in the middle of the breach. Try to aim towards maybe a little bit more towards mid back end, and that'll help keep that distance. So the fire and the explosions are harming them, and at the same time you and your teammates can safely, as you see here, deal with the rest. 10 seconds. Okay. Reload. Yeah, just making sure to try and hold everything off. Yeah, that mini nuke will make quick work of just about anything else that's over there.
Pelican 1 landing in progress.
Yeah, as you see, that impaler was done. Okay. Pelican 1's arriving here. We're gonna try and not die to the engine like we did in previous runs.
Countdown initiated.
Bring back a shiny
Stand by for
autocannon.
Reinforcement
Okay, and of course, got a lockstep in. GG's teammates. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get a look at some stats here. Okay, all right, 0 deaths, right there in second place with kills. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Much love. Have a good rest of your day.